This model kit review is of the Porsche Indy car, and it is a 1/24 scale model by Monogram. It's an older model kit. It looks like it's going to have some detail there with some engine parts visible. And here's another picture of the model and some of the details there. Let's have a look inside. So this one I bought online, and the guy who shipped it to me wrapped everything, which is nice because stuff tends not to roll around. So we'll have a look at all our pieces here. Here we have our slicks, the narrow and the wide. I like to scuff these up a little bit, makes them look like they've seen some action. Here are the wheels, and this chrome is not too bad. And here's our windshield. And over here are our screws. So let's have a look at these screws here. Here are the body parts with the cockpit. Looks like some of these parts might be removable. And here's the cockpit bay and suspension parts. Looks like we have some engine parts here. Fairly well molded. Do have some mold lines here or there, but in general pretty well molded. We have our headers. We do have a pilot, or a driver actually, and some additional engine parts, and all fairly well molded. Here's our chassis, steering wheel, radiator, additional engine parts, suspension. Here are the wheels, the corners. This mold was made in 1989. And here's our driver. Let's have a look at our instructions here. Looks like we have some decals. These are a little moldy, and they have some things on them. It's a little rough. We'll have to see what happens when they get some water on them. Might not be usable. Certainly have some brown parts on there. Let's have a look at our instructions. First of all, here are the colors needed. We start off with building parts of the chassis. And we put the radiator and cooler in. Put the pilot in the seat. And his controls and the arms. That then goes on the chassis. Fuel tank goes in, and then we build the engine. And put in the transmission, and that then goes onto the chassis. And then we go to the building the cockpit with the windshield and the different wings, and then the suspension is put together, and then the engine, exhausts, and we have our wheels going together, and those are then put onto the corners. The tail is built, and I guess you could have those two options. And last few pieces. So here the decal and painting guide. So all in all, looks like a fairly detailed model. These decals are old, but otherwise it would be quite good. And some good details for the engine.